let's make another type of lip balm holder. Okay, we have done chapstick, lip balm, whatever you want to call it, holders galore here. And I just want to show you that there's so many variations and they're all super easy. You can add them to your shops. You can put them in your markets. Affordable, scrap buster, like all the things. If you're new, this is a great one to feel really good about making something happen and accomplishing a small but awesome and useful gift. Okay, this one is going to be similar to this. However, this one is going to have the hook, the lobster claw on this side, and the top is going to fold over and snap down. Let's get to it. You are going to need 2 jelly roll strips, or you can cut yours at 2.5 by 10. This one's going to be a little bit longer. We're doing this one at 10. You're going to need your 2 by 2, 2.5 by 2. I use the jelly roll. I just go ahead and cut it. So this one is 2.5 by 2. I am using this lobster claw, which has a wider base on it. And so I decided, and this is just something you can do, what I decided is I'm barely going to fold this over so that when I fold this little material taco up, it's going to be basically a full 3/4 inch, which will fit on here nicely and not slide around. If I did this the regular way and folded it all the way up to the fold line, it would be too small and it would slide around on this. It will work great for this lobster claw. However, I'm just showing you can do it with all the things. You can use the same sizes and get a different look depending on what you need. You can make it all work, okay? All right, let's jump in. You are gonna need a cam snap for this one. I am snapping. You could use Velcro, absolutely. I'm gonna do cam snaps. I love them. I think they look great on the finished product and add a little something more to it. So if you're going to sell them, this is a step up. You can do it. There's a little more cost involved. I don't know, Velcro, the hook and loop, it's pretty expensive too. So do what you got to do. All right, right sides together or pretty sides. So you're taking the pretty sides of your fabric and you are going to place those together. We are going to need to think about our tab. And I'm going to go down the side of this. And I got to go really close to the edge. We don't need a back stitch because we are going to be cutting off the tip anyway, so it's not really going to matter in the grand scheme of things. Okay, so then you're going to cut your threads. Okay, we're going to place our, what did I just do with my lobster claw? It's early in the morning. Okay, you're going to place this lobster claw on here. And then again, I like to do 1 stitch that just keeps it together, because what can happen is sometimes you'll put it in there and it'll do this or it'll be slightly off and it just doesn't look good. So I do hold it down, stitch it together so that I know it's going to look good when it comes out. Final product. This one I am just going to backstitch only because I missed the beginning. And all right, so now I got to think about, I'm going to be folding this over to snap. And I have not done this before. You're doing it with me for the first time. This is a wing it with Cass kind of project. We're going to lose about 1/4 inch. And so I'm going to say we want this to go in right about here. And this is going to be tricky because, and we can always cut some of this off if we need to, if I've got it too long. Okay, so we're going to leave this hanging out quite a bit, only because mine's this is 2.5 inches, right? No, this is 2 inches. So I've got quite a bit coming out on this. Also keep in mind that your lobster claw is going to be right at the edge. So you may, as you sew, have to move that out of the way. I am going to go ahead and clip this on. And I'm going to hold it, super hold on there. And again, like I said, I'm kind of winging this. We are going to leave an opening on this side. I do like to mark it because if I get going, I do forget. And we're just gonna go, probably a little bit bigger. About 2.5 inches. I start where at the bottom of that, and I'm gonna do this at 1/4 inch, maybe a little less, but really close to that. Back stitch when you stop and start. Cut these off. Corners, cut your corners. Don't cut your threads. It happens. Hasn't happened to me in a while, thank goodness. Okay, you're gonna reach in there, grab your little lobster claw and give it a gentle tug. I'm gonna go iron it. Okay, we have it pressed, and then what you're gonna do is think about, you're gonna want this to come up past this. So we're gonna take it up just a little bit. You can see I didn't get my, I'm rushing. I didn't get my stitches probably at 1/4 inch all the way around, which is okay. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna make sure that each side lines up. So it's always good to look at, you know, if you feel like you've made a mistake, you haven't necessarily made a mistake. You're gonna just line up your sides. So if you can see, when I did this, my sewing might have been off just a bit, or my piece might have been off a bit, but I've got these sides that are showing. We don't want that. So we're gonna line it up nice and neat on the side, which will make it kind of pop up in the middle, and that's fine. It's a lip balm holder, so fantastic. That is not going to be an issue at all. So we wanna make sure we've got that lined up. And we're gonna go ahead and hold that in. I am gonna go ahead and just give a pinch to where the opening is. I've got that folded. I do like to kind of put my chopstick in there and just pull so that that crease at the bottom is smooth and you don't get any extra crinkles in your material. Okay, so now we have it all lined up. Our sides are nice and even. We've got our little keychain, lobster claw hook over here. This is going to fold over the top and snap and be adorable. Okay, let's go ahead and stitch it. So what I'm going to do when I stitch it is I am going to start, I'm not going to stitch the bottom. I do want to leave that open. I'm going to stitch all the way up one side, across the top and down. This is going to be a decorative stitch or a top stitch. I do it at a 3. Everything else is always done at a 2.5. At least for me when I'm sewing. So if I don't say what my stitch length is, just know it's a 2.5. And I am using kind of a creamy color. I found this old vintage looking plaid material in a sewing shop. And I'll tell you the story on it in just a minute. It's really cool. So cute. I don't have my chapstick because it's in my purse, but it goes down in there beautifully. I love it. That was a lipstick. So now we're gonna put our cam snap on, and we've got the 2 caps, which have the little pointy tops on them. These are called the cap. And then we have the socket and the stud, and that is what those look like. And we are going to pop a hole. This is not the actual tool that came with it, but I am going to make this work. So let's put our chapstick, lipstick down in there, just kind of help us get an idea of where we're gonna want that. I'm gonna line that up, and we are going to kind of think about the middle of our project. I am eyeballing this. We wanna bring it down fairly close to the bottom, and I'm gonna go right about there. And just, I'm gonna go ahead and get this through first on this top one. Let me look, is that the middle? Am I about to make a huge mistake? Let me just line it up. Okay, yeah, that is literally right about in the middle. Sometimes when there's lines on there, it can be deceiving to the eyeballs. And as long as you get it fairly centered, you are good. I'm gonna take the lipstick out now And I'm going to fold that over. Oh, let me remember where I was going to mark that. You should mark it as you go. I'm going to have that go up. I did want that to be up just a bit in case you wanted to put two things in there. All right. Got my little hole started. Get that out of the way. And you want to be very careful if you're putting your finger behind this. I usually put it between my two fingers to keep it from going all the way through, but also not into your finger. Okay, story behind this material, and this is a great reminder. As sewists, we are also fabric collectors. Let me encourage you to use your fabric. Don't hold on to your good fabric. I went to a sale that was being held for a woman who had been put in the hospital. She had literally 2 storage units and a house full of material. So let me just encourage you, when you buy the material, use it. This is the material. I bought several packages to help fund her medical care. And I looked around my house and I'm like, I have a ton of material that I have bought because I love it, and realized that I also need to use up what I have in my home. So find the little projects that you can do and use up your material. Yes, it's important to use up the scraps, but when you buy the pretty fabric because you fall in love with it, do something with it. Don't hoard it. Don't save it. Use it. Okay, I'm putting the cap through here. My hole didn't quite get made big enough. I am putting the smooth side on the outside, absolutely. And then you're going to put it on the inside, and you're going to put your little socket out here. You're going to slide this little cup thing down in there and make sure that it's sitting in there. Make sure things aren't moving around. Give it a squeeze. This is a muscle builder. And you have a whole other different kind of, let me see if I can get it snapped. Sometimes the snaps are quiet. Look how cute that is. Literally, this took us 20 minutes, but I do a lot of talking and instructing. You could probably whip these out in about 10, 12 minutes, honestly, if you had everything cut, ready to rumble. That is freaking adorable. This style right here, I will probably make a ton of. This one and this one, I absolutely love. I just love them because they snap. It's not going to fall out. You could charge a little more for them. They look a little more professional. Love them. Stocking stuffers. If you're looking for gifts, stocking stuffers. All right, y'all, that's it for me. I'm Cassie, 62, handcrafted. I do want to say thank you so much for following. I put out a lot of tutorials. I have fun sewing. I don't watch TV, so I put these out. If you're enjoying watching these videos and learning and growing with me, please hit that like button as much as possible. That is what helps me grow my audience and push me out to more people. So I really appreciate the follows, the likes, the saves, the shares, all of it. Thank you so much, and I will see you all soon.